if the president was not telling these four congresswomen to return to their supposed countries of origin, to which countries was he referring?
What's your ethnicity?
Why is that relevant?
No, because I'm asking you a question. My ancestors are from Ireland and Italy.
My own ethnicity is not relevant to the question I'm asking.
No, it is, because you're asking about, he said originally. He said originally from.
I'm asking.
And you know everything he has said since, and to have a full conversation.
Are you saying that the president was telling the Palestinian...
The president's already commented on that.
Go back to the occupied territory.
The president's already commented on that, and he said a lot about this since that one tweet. No, he's put out a lot of tweets, and he made himself available to all of you yesterday. Yes, he has. He's tired. A lot of us are sick and tired of this country, of America coming last, to people who swore an oath of office. Sick and tired of our military being denigrated. Sick and tired of the Customs and Border Patrol people, the protection people I was with, who are overwhelmingly Hispanic, by the way, in McAllen, Texas. Sick and tired of them being, no, you don't understand, because you didn't go, being criticized, being doxxed by a bunch of Hollywood D-listers who have nothing else to do but sit on their asses on Twitter all day and try to dox brave men and women who are diving into the Rio Grande to save people who are drowning, who are taking other people's babies into custody and diapering them and feeding them and looking the other way while people are running across with drugs. That's going on.
Oh, nothing. Just Kellyanne Conway telling a Jewish reporter to identify his bloodline before she'll deign to answer his question. It's almost fitting that in response to a question about Trump singling out people based on their background, Kellyanne Conway's response is to single someone out and ask about his background. In this exchange, reporter Andrew Feinberg asked about Trump's recent tweets, to which Kellyanne responded by asking him his ethnicity. Now, the point she's trying to make isn't exactly clear, but it seems that she was attempting to defend Trump by claiming that everyone is from somewhere else. So when Trump suggested that AOC and Ilhan Omar and Rashida Tlaib and Ayanna Pressley go back to the countries they came from, that he was obviously referencing the fact that everyone has a heritage, everyone has a bloodline that gets traced back to somewhere else. And I get that Kellyanne's job is to carry water for the president, but truly, give me a break. You're telling me that when Trump told non-white women to go back to the countries they came from, that he was innocently and simply suggesting that they are free to perhaps explore the countries of their family's bloodline. How very generous of him. Except here's where Kellyanne screwed up. She had just claimed that Trump was not telling the women to go back to Somalia and Puerto Rico, etc. So Feinberg asked her if he wasn't suggesting that, then what countries was he referring to? To which Kellyanne responded by asking him where his ancestors came from. In other words, Kellyanne confirmed that yes, Trump was referring to those other countries, the countries of their origin, just like Kellyanne was asking Feinberg what the other country of his origin is. And that wasn't her intention, but I guess when your entire job is to try and square a deluge of lies, some wires are bound to get crossed. But beyond that, there is the egregious inappropriateness of the question. The whole point of this entire controversy is that Trump tried to qualify the American Congresswomen's Americanness with a racial trope, telling them to go back to where they came from. And now you have the senior counselor to the president questioning someone's ethnicity. And if this is the behavior at the top, imagine the behavior that they're encouraging at the bottom. Imagine what kind of behavior they're giving their tacit approval of at supermarkets and gas stations and restaurants, where people don't have cameras trained on them, where they're not protected, where it's not as safe as the White House lawn. She might think that she's just blindly running cover for her boss, but she's putting people's lives at risk. People who just watched a federal official demand that a Jewish reporter reveal his ethnicity before answering his question. But of course, right on cue, Kellyanne does what she's there to do, which is to distract from the massive elephant in the room, which is Trump's glaring racism, and turning the conversation instead to the military and CBP officers and immigration. And this tactic is as tired as it is inappropriate, because while Kellyanne might think that her whataboutism is an effective technique to make us look away from the raging fire right in front of our faces, it just makes her look like a petty partisan hack. But the best part of all of this, that all at once shows just how little self-awareness this entire administration has, is Kellyanne Conway calling out D-list celebrities who spend their days on Twitter.
By a bunch of Hollywood D-listers who have nothing else to do but sit on their asses on Twitter all day.
And that's something, for once, that I think we can all agree on. That this country is tired of listening to a D-list celebrity spout off 30, 40, 50 times a day on Twitter, and that person, whoever he might be, should be erased from our national conscience as soon as possible.